Mga kaibigan, kumusta po? Sana ay okay lang kayo. Malakas daw ang ulan dyan ngayon sa NCR. Ingat-ingat po kayo. Sa mga kaibigan nating Muslim, Assalamualaikum. Tungkol po sa development ng Percy Lapid killing ay maganda po at positive. Bali, napanood ko po yung press briefing ni Secretary Remulla kaninang umaga diyan po sa DOJ. Kasama po si Dr. Raquel Furton, isang forensic pathologist. At ito nga po, inilabas na nila yung resulta ng kanilang second autopsy. Medyo iba po ang resulta sa naunang autopsy. Yung una kasi ay hindi po nakita ng anumang foul o pinuwersa man. Samantalang dito sa pangalawang autopsy ay mayroong nakita na may history ng plastic suffocation. Grabe po yan kasi kung nakapanood na kayo ng yung mga mafia movies na yung isinasaklob po nila sa ulo at sinusuffocate nila yung kanilang gustong biktimahin. Ganun po yun. Matindi po. May nakita rin na mga health issues doon sa biktima. Pati yung ihi ni Villaamor ay nakita ng shabu Most likely, syempre ang i-assume dito as final result ay yung yung pangalawang autopsy. Kasi lumalabas na kumpleto ang kanyang autopsy report. Kaugnay din po niyan sa pagpapatuloy ng investigasyon ng DOJ ay sinicure na po nila yung 15 pa na mga persons of interest. Nasa custody na po sila ng DOJ at PNP. At inaasahan naman nila na magbibigay ang mga ito ng mga karagdagang impormasyon para lalong mapadali at matukoy ang may pakanan ng lahat ng ito. Hintayin na lang natin kung yung magiging resulta, yung ilalabas nilang resulta sa kanilang investigasyon. Magaling po na mag-lead si Secretary Remulla. Mabilis po ang flow ng kaso. Kasi yung normal na mga flow ng kaso ng mga ganito ay inaabot ng buwan-buwan yan, taon, di ba? Pero dito po ay mabilis Tumama rin po yung sinabi ni PBBM. Kaya pala hindi siya nakontento dun sa resulta nung yung toxicology report ang feeling niya mayroong nangyaring foul Panoorin po natin itong isang maikling video.
Good morning. Andito ngayon kasama ko si Dr. Raquel Furton. She's the head of the pathology department of the Philippine General Hospital. And her background is known to the people who know pathology and medical legal services in the country and criminal investigations. Maybe we can call her the foremost authority in the country right now. And why was Dr. Raquel Furton involved in this investigation? Last Sunday, October 23, I met with the son of Percy Lapid together with Mr. Inilabas, his brother. And one of their requests was really for an independent medical legal exam to transpire. And right there and then, I sought the number of Dr. Furton, and I talked to her, and I requested her that we carry on with another autopsy of the body. Of course, there were limitations to a second autopsy on the embalmed body, embalmed ready, but nevertheless, she was able to carry on the autopsy And there are some findings here which may seem remarkable also. And I've spoken to Roy Mabasa about this, but I have not revealed the findings of Dr. Furton. But I think all of you will see it. Is it posted today? We will be posting the autopsy itself, the autopsy findings, in the DILG page, so that all the members of media can look at this written report that we have right now. Okay, so I'd like to give the floor to Dr. Furton to shed light on her findings regards to the autopsy conducted to June Villaamor in Roma.
Good morning. Well, my involvement here started on social media, where people usually ask me what I think of some controversial layout. But formally, I was asked by Secretary Remulla, I think on a Monday, we had a phone call, and I told him, yes, it can be done, what it takes. And first and foremost, I asked for an authorization because the Mabasa family themselves cannot actually, that's not what I need if I'm going to ask for a consent. And that was arranged. And Secretary Remulla had been very transparent about my needs and my questions. And in fact, if not for the information I got from DOJ's investigation, then I would not have gone this far because I was prepared to just say this much. Okay, and I'll explain to you what has transpired. Right, so basically, the body was brought to us finally on October 25 in the afternoon. But then at that time, I did not have that authorization letter yet. I did not want to open up the body without it. NBI went. So the body was brought to us by the Bureau of Corrections officials and turned over properly and so on. We signed for it. And then shortly after, NBI sent apparently a team to observe. But I said, no, I'm not going to examine the body yet. And I was also hesitant because they came with a full team of 2 doctors and about 3 others, including a videographer. You know, we do not do autopsies like that. And I know that they had already seen the body themselves, so what's the point? We document our findings. Right? So anyway, I coordinated with Dr. Maria Cecilia Lim, also a forensic pathologist, and the vice chair of the Department of Pathology. It's at DILG, it's the UP College of Medicine. So also in the same department, and I requested that she be the one to be there. NBI also consults her. So we scheduled the actual autopsy the following day in the morning. So this would be October 26th. And it took us that whole morning. We finished by 11:30. And the body was well preserved. Post-autopsy, post-embalmed. The embalming was good. We were expecting that formalin fumes would be overwhelming. We encountered that a lot. But this time around, the body was right for examination. Okay? And so we documented everything, the embalming sites, the autopsy incisions, and all the details are in the report. Okay? That's why it's 6 pages long. It's very much detailed. I'll just focus on the front sheet where it has pathologic diagnosis and what we call the opinion. Right? And so to summarize, the most pertinent findings would be, number 1, history of asphyxia by plastic bag suffocation. 2, pulmonary congestion, edema, and hemorrhages. 3, schistosomiasis of the liver. It's an incidental finding, it's a parasitic infection. I believe it comes from Leyte, Samar area, and that's kind of endemic in that area. Number 4, status post-autopsy. Number 5, status post-embalming. Number 6, evidence of medical intervention consisting of a needle puncture mark on the dorsal right hand. Well, this is I saw this on, zooming in on the pictures, and I'm not too sure at this point if the Bucor Hospital did this, because sometimes when you bring bodies to the hospital, they automatically try and look for a vein there. I don't have records of what they did, what they saw in that hospital, but this is not really that significant. Alright, and then I have here an opinion, and it reads, this is the case of a 42-year-old male who was an inmate incarcerated at the new Bilibid prison when he was allegedly found unresponsive and pronounced dead at the NBP hospital on October 18, 2022. The cause of death was certified as, in quotation marks, dead on arrival, undetermined, for autopsy. The embalmed remains were autopsied on October 20, 2022 by the National Bureau of Investigation. A second autopsy was conducted on October 26, 2022. There is information that he expressed fear for his life shortly before his demise, and that he died from suffocation by means of a plastic bag over his head. The autopsy findings showed no gross morphologic cause of death, and this is consistent with the reported asphyxia. Limitations were encountered in the examination due to the postmortem interval, the previous embalming, and autopsy. Preliminary urine toxicology showed methamphetamine. Based on available information regarding the circumstances surrounding death, the manner is homicide. Okay, so when I was constantly discussing the case with Secretary Rebulla, and at first I said I did not find anything, meaning he was not sick of something serious, no significant injuries also. So external and internal findings were negative, and at first I was about to say that that's it, there's no cause of death, and the manner would be classified as what we call undetermined. However, information trickled in. I noted it here, and it is very important, that he had an inkling that he was in danger, and true enough, shortly after, he died. And this sense, this feeling of impending death actually was transmitted to someone, and this information is credible. So I had to consider that. So I was about to write as manner of death, probable homicide. However, again, additional information was that there's an account of someone now explaining how he died. And I remember Secretary Remulla asking me last Tingnan. And I said, puede. Actually, puede. So when you look at a case like this, it's totality of evidence. When I refer to manner, it is how the person died. Cause would be why. Okay? And to say how, you have to look at everything, including the circumstances. And I really had to factor in the two things, that he knew he was about to die, and he did. And two, that someone actually offered an explanation of, cause. And taking everything into consideration, it is consistent. No morphologic findings. And yes, putting a plastic bag over one's head can be very effective.
Ano masasabi po ninyo? In God's willing po, sana ay matukoy na talagang mastermind, Kasuhan ang dapat kasuhan, ikulong ang dapat ikulong, ibalik ang dapat ibalik, makabalik na sa normal na trabaho ang mga concerned na government officials. Sulong mga kaibigan, ingat po kayo lagi. God bless.